Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you.
सुरू झाले.
Can we see the song?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see the screen.
Thank you. Okay, so this is actually a Vraj song. And we will try to sing it. The first one is an introductory verse only. Nava Nava Rangi Tribhangi Jaya Shyama Susangi Shyama Jaya Radhe Jaya Hari Priye Shri Radha Sukha Dhama. Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Krishna Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Pritam Jori Shri Radhe Shama Gauri Nitya Kishori Pritam Jori Shri Radhe Rasika Rasilo Chaila Chavilo Gunagar Bilo Shri Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Rasa Vihari Visha Yauradharini Shri Radhe Rasa Viharini Rasa Vistari Yauradharini Shri Radhe Navanavangi Navalati Bhangi Shama Suangi Shri Krishna Navanavangi Navalati Bhangi Shama Suangi Shri Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Prana Piyari Rupa Ujjari Ati Sukunvari Shri Radhe Prana Piyari Rupa Ujjari Ati Sukunvari Shri Radhe Maina Manohar Mahamodakara Shri Krishna. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Radhe. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna, Jayo Krishna, Krishna. Jayo Krishna, Jayo Shri Krishna. Shobha Saini Mobha Maini Kokila Baini Shri Radhe. Kirati Vanta Kamini Kanta Shri Bhagavanta Shri Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Chandra Badani Kundaradani Shobha Sadani Shri Radhe. Chanda Badani Kundaradani Shobha Sadani Shri Radhe. Parama Udara Prabha Apara Ati Sukunvara Sri Krishna. Parama Udara Prabha Apara Ati Sukunvara Sri Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Hamsa Gavani Rajati Ravani Krida Kavani Shri Radhe. Hamsa Gavani Rajati Ravani Krida Kavani Shri Radhe. Ruparasala Naina Vishala Parama Kripala Shri Krishna. Ruparasala Naina Vishala Parama Kripala Shri Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Kanchana Beli Rati Rasa Deli Ati Alabeli Shri Radhe. Kanchana Beli Rati Rasa Deli Ati Alabeli Shri Radhe. Sava Sukha Sagara Sava Guna Agara Rupa Ujagara Sri Krishna. Sava Sukha Sagara Sava Guna Agara Rupa Ujagara Shri Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Ravani Ramya अति प्रियवादिनी पुराणवादिनी श्री राधे अंगांगतो न सरस सलोना सुभग सुतौ न श्री कृष्णा अंगांगतो न सरस सलोना सुभग सुतौ न श्री कृष्णा जय राधे जय राधे राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय कृष्णा कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्णा राधा नामिनी गुणाभिरामिनी हरिप्रिय स्वामिनी श्री राधे राधा नामिनी गुणाभिरामिनी हरिप्रिय स्वामिनी श्री राधे हरे हरे हरि हरे हरे हरि हरे हरे हरि श्री कृष्णा हरे हरे हरि हरे हरे हरि हरे हरे हरि श्री कृष्णा जय राधे जय राधे राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय कृष्णा कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्णा श्याम गौरी नित्य किशोरी प्रीतम जोरी श्री राधे रसिक रसीलो चैल चबीलो गुणगर्भीलो श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्णा जय राधे राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे रास बिहारिणी रास बिसारिणी पिया धारिणी श्री राधे नव नव रंगी नवलति भंगी श्याम सुअंगी श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा कृष्णा जय कृष्णा जय श्री कृष्णा जय राधे सुधामा श्री कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय राधे 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 जय राधे जय श्री राधे राधा नामिनी गुणाभिरामिनी हरिप्रिय स्वामिनी श्री राधे हरे हरि हरे 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 हरि हरे 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 श्री कृष्ण जय कृष्ण 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 जय कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय राधे 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 जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय राधे 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 जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय राधे 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 जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय राधे 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 जय राधे जय श्री राधे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद श्री प्रभुपाद कीजिए गौर भक्तवृंद कीजिए गौर ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरु दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् आरायक शक्ति प्रभु करिला प्रकाश एका काले शताथानि करिला विलास Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then exhibited another mystical power by performing pastimes seriously, by performing pastimes simultaneously in all seven groups. So this is the description of the Rath Yatra festival. All the devotees from Bengal, including Nitai and Advaita Acharya and Shivas Thakur, they all are participating. All the devotees from Bengal would come for 4 months every year to be with Lord Chaitanya, and they would go little after the Rath Yatra pastimes. So last week we saw the wonderful description of Jagannath Rath, and how it is made, and how the beginning of the Rath, nobody was allowed to go inside the temple, but Maharaj Pratap Rudra allowed Lord Chaitanya and his associates to go inside, in the inner chamber of the Lord, from where Jagannath was brought out to the Rath. And then we saw how Jagannath was or is. He's very heavy deity. So more than 10 to 12 pandas, they carry Lord Jagannath by tying a rope around him. They carry him by they tie a rope around his waist, and they all carry the rope. And then they say Jai Jagannath, and then they take a step because he is so heavy that he cannot be carried. And they lie various cotton pads throughout the path. And when they carry Jagannath from one cotton pad to another cotton pad. And when he jumps on another cotton pad, the cotton pad breaks and the cotton is all over in the air sometimes. And sometimes the cotton pad doesn't break because of his weight. And Lord Chaitanya and others, they were witnessing how Jagannath was coming by his own will. And we also discussed about, sometimes, and the chariot is so huge, that maybe 100 devotees can sit on the chariot. It has 16 wheels. Each wheel is like more than two people, and all the demigods temples are there at the base of the wheel. So that was the description of Jagannath Rath, and we saw some pictures of the wood and the carving of the Rath. And then after the year, so this Jagannath Rath starts on the day of Akshay Tritiya, which is around about 4 months before the actual Rath Yatra. So the Lord was brought, and this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in person. So he divided the devotees into 7 Kirtan teams. 4 Kirtan teams in front of Lord Jagannath, 2 on the side, and 1 behind the Rath. So in that way, Kirtan was all over surrounding Lord Jagannath. And it is also described that the the singing of the Mahamantra was so loud that nothing could be heard other than the Sankirtan. Each Kirtan party has 2 Mridanga players and Kartal players, a lead singer, minimum 5 followers, and a lead dancer. So in that way, this was all personally orchestrated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Sankirtan was sung harmoniously. They all were singing together, repeating together, yet at the same time. So the melody was centralized, but it is spread all around Jagannath. So whoever is there can hear the loud chanting of the Sankirtan. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu developed a desire that he wanted to dance. So this is where we are today. He exhibited his another mystic power by performing pastimes simultaneously in all 7 groups. So basically, he expanded himself into all the 7 Kirtan parties, because when he saw Nitai, he wanted to dance with him. Then another party, Advaita was dancing and he wanted to dance with him. Then another Kirtan party, Shivas Thakur was dancing, so he wanted to dance with him. Another Kirtan party, Vakeshwar Pandit was dancing, so he wanted to dance with him. So in that way, he wanted to enjoy the mood of separation from the Lord. सब कहे प्रभु आचेना मोरा संप्रदाया अन्यथा निनाहि याना amara dayaya. Everyone said Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present in my group. Indeed, he does not go anywhere else. He is bestowing his mercy upon us. So everybody thought that the Lord Chaitanya was with me, and the reference is given even in Krishna Leela, when Krishna played his flute at Vamsivat and invited all the gopis. Krishna expanded himself and danced with all the gopis individually, and every gopi was thinking that Krishna is with me alone dancing, and they become very satisfied. Um, and they became little proud also, and that's why Krishna left. And we also see same in Dwarka Leela that these references comes also, that Krishna was with each and every queen simultaneously, and every queen was thinking that Krishna has 16,108 queens, but Krishna left everybody just to be with me alone. Krishna loves me so much. Krishna loves me the most. I am dear most to Krishna. And they give their 100% love to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna gives his, but his love is infinite. So he simultaneously shares with everyone. So this is there even with cowherd boys. All the cowherd boys thinks that Krishna gave his tiffin box and Krishna is eating what I have brought, and Krishna is giving what is in his tiffin box only to me, and while eating Krishna is smiling constantly at me, and while running and while playing Krishna is always taking my side. So Krishna really loves me the most. And every cowherd boy thinks like that I am dear most to Krishna. Every servant thinks like that, every mother thinks like that, every cow thinks like that. Every cow thinks that, oh, Krishna is milking me alone. So um, actually, it's very mysterious. Krishna has unlimited cowherd boys. They all milk different cows. But every cow thinks that Krishna is by my side and Krishna is milking me. And she gives milk without her udder being without the process. She gives milk because Krishna. So every cow thinks, and everything in spiritual world is very personal. Krishna plays the flute, and every cow thinks, "Oh, Krishna is calling me. Krishna is calling me," and they started running, and they started running, and they started running. And again, Krishna is calling me, Krishna is calling me. And when Krishna played the flute to call all the gopis, every gopi heard their names. And later on, when gopis told Krishna, Krishna asked gopis, why have you come here? And Lalita Devi said, you are very mysterious. You call everyone by name, and now you're asking why we have come here. And Krishna said, I didn't invite everyone. It is the flute. And the flute calls out all of your name by itself. And what is my mistake? So in that way, but what we see is that Krishna is very personal with everyone. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simultaneously is equally personal with all his devotees. The Supreme Lord has that, only he has that potency to love every living entity. And what every living entity is looking for is attention, is love. Everyone wants to be cared, everyone wants to be loved, everyone wants to be paid attention to, and these demands cannot be satisfied in this material world. That's why the true, now when these demands are directed in this material world, it causes anxiety, unsatisfaction, and various emotional, um, like emotional needs are not fulfilled. But when they're directed towards Krishna, he has the potency. He reciprocates with everyone. You pray to him and he listens. He listens immediately. He is doing everything for you, and every devotee he does. Whenever you approach him, you pray to him, he will immediately reciprocate with you, and he is doing that with every living entity. So this is Krishna's inconceivable potency. Parashay Shakti Vividheva Shriyate. He has unlimited energies, and he is doing it. He is personally reciprocating with everyone. And that's what Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, first verse is. Janmadi asayata artheshu abhi, uh, uh, Yeah. Anyways, it says he's um, consciously or unconsciously aware of everything. So in a way, he is aware of everything, and he's especially with devotees. Prabhupada said, Paramatma is replaced by Shyam Sundar form of Lord Krishna, and he reciprocates. Keha lakhite nara prabhura achintya shakti antaranga bhakta jane yana shuddha bhakti. Actually, no one could see the inconceivable potency of the Lord. Only the most confidential devotees, those in pure unalloyed devotional service, could understand. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing his pastimes, but only pure devotees could see those. Others could not see. Others were seeing, but they could not see. This is because of the Lord's illusory energy. Pure devotees, it opens up fully. Kitana dekhiya jaga nata harashita Sankirtana dekhe ratha kariya sthagita. Lord Jagannath was very much pleased by the Sankirtan, and he brought his cart to a standstill just to see the performance. So the Lord went on Jagannath, Lord started moving, and it is described earlier that Lord Jagannath moves by his own will. The rope is just a matter of custom. But whenever he wants to stop, he stops. Whenever he wants to move, he moves. And we just think that we are putting some effort in and the Rath is moving. So Jagannath, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing, when he exhibited and he saw him dancing, so he was very much pleased and he wanted to focus only on the Lord. So he stopped the chariot just to see the Lord Sankit. Prataparudrera Haila Parama Vishmaya Dekite Vivasha Raja Haila Prema Maya. King Prataparudra was also astonished to see the Sankirtan. He became inactive and was converted to ecstatic love of Krishna. So what happened is only confidential pure devotees of the Lord could see the mystical potency of Lord Chaitanya simultaneously dancing in the seven groups. And one of the person who could see was Maharaj Prataparudra. And some conversation will come about the king. So he was very much astonished when he saw Mahaprabhu expanded himself. Kashi Mishra kahe Raja Prabhura Mahima, Kashi Mishra kahe Tomara, Bhagyera nahi Sima. When the king informed Kashi Mishra of the glories of the Lord, Kashi Mishra replied, O king, your fortune has no limit. So Kashi Mishra could see, but then the king told him, but Kashi Mishra is pure devotee and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually living in the house of Kashi Mishra. Sarvabhauma Tacharya could see. Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, they could see. So unalloyed pure devotees of the Lord could see, but a common man could not see. So the king told Kashi Mishra, and Kashi Mishra was astonished to see that the Lord revealed his divinity to Maharaj Prataparudra. So Kashi Mishra told Maharaj Prataparudra that Tomara Bhagyera nahi Sima, that there is no limit to your good fortune. Just like simple example could be like the holy name is very powerful. Suppose like uh, uh, one Mataji, I was talking to her and she was telling me that Prabhu, whenever I chant the holy name of Krishna, Yamuna comes to me every time. And um, I feel like um, I'm always sitting on the bank of Yamuna in Vrindavan while I'm chanting. I don't know why this happens. Then I don't want to say that this is a great fortune of Mother Yamuna on you. So because I know that if I say that and if she feels that I'm very special, so um, Yamuna may stop giving her mercy to her. So I told her in a way that that's very nice. That's the nature of the holy name. The dham is present in the holy name, entire Vrindavan dham, and it is revealed naturally if you access the holy name. The holy name is like a seed, and within that seed, Mahamantra, everything is there. Navadip dham is there, Vrindavan Dham is there. All the Krishna's pastimes are there. All the pastimes Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are there. All the pastimes of pure devotees are there. The whole Brahmand is there within this Mahamantra. That's why it is called Mahamantra, and it just reveals to us according to um, Krishna's will. Um, so she felt it's pretty normal to see Yamuna every day, sit on the bank of Yamuna every day. But I know that she is very fortunate that Krishna is revealing this. But not everybody will have the same experience. So likewise, the Lord confidential um, 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 revelations can be known only by Lord's mercy. We can try, but it doesn't matter how hard we try. What matters is how much Krishna is pleased with us. And this Mataji that I'm sharing about, she has great service attitude. And actually, she got initiated just 2 years back, or maybe 3 years back. She's relatively new to Krishna consciousness. But her service attitude, her natural humility, is very attractive. Um, so Kashi Mishra knows Mahaprabhu's pastime, but naturally, a pure devotee sees everything. Just for example, it is said in Vrindavan Dham, Krishna is still performing all his pastimes today, but only pure devotees can see. And if you go to a pure devotee and if you say to pure devotee, I can see Krishna dancing on the hood of Kaliya at Kaliya Ghat. If you say, what will a pure devotee say? You are very fortunate. Why? Because he could see. He can see, and he knows not everyone can see. So he knows that this person is quite fortunate. So Kashi Mishra sees the confidential pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And Maharaj Pratap Rudra and Kashi Mishra knows Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes cannot be seen by anyone and everyone. So Maharaj Pratap Rudra and what is so surprising is when all the devotees went to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, request to reveal your divinity or give your darshan also, just a darshan to Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he is Vishayi, he is a sense gratifier. Just the fact that he has the tag attached to him, king, I will never give, I will never see him. And he was so strict about Maharaj Pratap Rudra. And Maharaj Pratap Rudra is telling the mystical opulence of Lord Chaitanya that he's seeing with his eyes. So Kashi Mishra was quite astonished seeing that. Sarvabhauma Sange Raja करे तारा थारी आरा के हा नाही जाने chaitanya rachuri. The king and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya were both aware of the Lord's activities, but no one else could see the tricks of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is here said that the king and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya were aware. So the king could see, king was aware the activities of the Lord. Yare tanda kripa se jani bare pare Kripa vina brahmadika jani bare nare. Only a person who has received the mercy of the Lord can understand. Without the Lord's mercy, even the demigods headed by Lord Brahma cannot understand. So it is only by Lord's mercy. Our progress in spiritual life is actually dependent upon Lord's mercy. And Lord's mercy is accessed when Guru is pleased. Yasya prasadat Bhagavad Prasad. Yasya prasadat Nagadi Kotopi. Through the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. By the proper mood, by the proper process, by the proper humility, proper service attitude. When Lord is pleased, everything will be revealed to us naturally. And we saw the mood of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. One more beautiful pastime we will see today about Maharaj Pratap Rudra and his consciousness. Raja Ratucha Seva Dekhi Prabhura Tushtamana Saita Prasade Paile Rahasya Darshana. Now, what really pleased Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been very satisfied to see the king accept the menial task of sweeping the street. Rajara तुच्छ सेवा देखी प्रभुरा तुष्टा mana. When he saw he is rendering the menial service, um, um, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. And for this humility, the king received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could therefore observe the mystery of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities. The seer, now this is something from Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada quotes in his purport, quoting his spiritual master, our great grand spiritual master. The seer and the dancer are one and the same supreme person. So, what was the mystery of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities? There are two mysteries. One mystery is Krishna is sitting on the chariot and Krishna is dancing. So both are Krishna. The seer and dancer were one. One is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one is Lord Jagannath. So seer and dancer. Dancer is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seer is Jagannath. So seer and dancer were one and the same supreme person. But the Lord being one and many at the same time was exhibiting the variegatedness of his pastimes. This is the meaning behind his mysterious exhibition. So one thing was Maharaj Pratap Rudra could understand how amazing it is that Krishna is dancing and Krishna is watching and they perform, both are performing pastimes. The mood was different. The mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Srimati Radharani. Krishna came in the mood of Srimati Radharani and Jagannath is in the mood of Krishna. So this is Radharani is dancing in front of Krishna and her separation from Krishna. And Jagannath stopped everything and he is watching the dance of Srimati Radharani and her love. So this is the inner confidential mood or um, the feeling and the emotions going on between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath. And later on we will see that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings a song which basically means I am the same Radha and you are the same Krishna. Um, Yet I don't feel the same feeling because I don't see Yamuna here and I don't see Govardhan here and I don't see Vrindavan here. And without them, it's not the same Krishna. So please let us go to Vrindavan. And this is the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was crying tears. All these moods were developing. I mean, this is the Supreme Lord himself, but for pure devotees, all these moods are developed naturally through the medium of the holy name. So what will take us from step one to the stage of pure devotion is the holy name. And all the emotions, all the moods, all the pastimes, all the qualities, everything will reveal to us at the Lord's free will. When Krishna desires, only it will happen. So this was one mysterious pastime of Lord Chaitanya is the interaction between Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the king could understand how the two of them were enjoying each other's activities. Another mysterious exhibition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's simultaneous presence in 7 groups. This is another mystery. Lord Chaitanya was simultaneously presenting all the 7 groups. And Krishna can be known only through his own mercy. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang this song of I am the same Radha and you are the same Krishna, it doesn't feel the same. Rupa Goswami could understand. And later on, when he wrote what he understood, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found out what Rupa Goswami has written, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was surprised, thinking, how is it that Rupa can understand me? How can he understand me? And so Rup Damodar said at that point of time, he can understand you because you have bestowed your mercy upon him. So this is what it means to understand Krishna. To understand the heart of Krishna, understand the mind of Krishna, understand the feeling of Krishna. This is actually a revelation. Another personality who could understand everything about Krishna is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He writes, in his Sarartha Darshani and other commentaries he has written on Bhagavatam, he writes on a particular verse. Within, like he writes, when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan and he was sitting on a chariot with Uddhav and Krishna and Balram behind. And Uddhav started the chariot and he was looking at the doe-eyed gopis who were crying, and he was crying, and Balram was holding Krishna. And Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes, what is Krishna telling? What is Gopi's response? What is Krishna telling? What is Gopi's response? What is Krishna? What is their response? There is a whole conversation in Bhagavatam. Prabhupada mentions about the conversation between them that is going on. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur could clearly understand the heart of Lord Krishna. He is reading Srimad Bhagavatam, but while reading Srimad Bhagavatam, he knows everything. He's there and he is living that pastime, and he knows everything that is going on there. Um, um, and that's why commentaries by pure devotees is very helpful. But Prabhupada also says that one should not write books like or commentaries like our previous acharyas. One should first become a pure devotee before one write commentaries on the scriptures. Um, uh, so by Lord's mercy, Krishna can be known. Krishna says, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. Only by pure devotion can I be known. So this was, and then Krishna also says, millions practice devotional service, Sahasranam, Manushanam Sahasrishu, where he says, thousands, hardly one approach me, among thousands, hardly one perform devotional service, and among thousands who perform devotional service, hardly one knows me in truth. So knowing Krishna is only possible by the mercy of the Lord. Without mercy, one cannot understand anything. One may try, but, and Prabhupada said, mental speculation doesn't help. But what helps is pleasing Guru and pleasing Krishna. And one should harmoniously proceed, and one should be patient. One should be patient. Okay, I don't have Krishna's mercy today, but Rupa Goswami says, be patient, be enthusiastic, be determined, be confident that you will attain it. Follow the previous acharyas, how they have practiced Krishna consciousness. And how they have practiced Krishna consciousness? By engaging 24 hours of their time. How they practiced? Patiently practiced. Now, Raghunath Das Goswami, how is it that he had such revelation with Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani on the bank of Radhakund? How is it that he had such mood of separation for serving the divine couple? How he has those feelings? That is very advanced stage. Yes, we can try to mimic, but we cannot go far with that. But what matters is taking shelter of the holy name and serving the mission. Practicing humility, tolerance, giving all respect to all the Vaishnavas, gradually advancing our chanting, and patiently waiting for Krishna's mercy to come, and all the while tolerating all the ups and downs in life, patiently tolerating those and waiting for Krishna's mercy to come. How much patience was exhibited by um, um, that Murari Gupta. in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime when he made a mistake. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that, I will never see him because he associates with Mayavadis. And Murari Gupta asked through devotees, when will I see the Lord? And Lord Chaitanya said, he will see me after 10 million lifetimes. And Murari Gupta became so ecstatic that I will see the Lord after 10 million lifetimes. I will see, I will see, I will see. And seeing that beautiful consciousness of Murari Gupta, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his vision to Murari Gupta. So he was so kind. So these mysteries of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the pastimes of Lord Krishna can be understood only by the mercy of the Lord. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is, am I engaged today? Am I engaged tomorrow? Am I chanting my round sincerely? Am I um, am I pleasing all the devotees? Am I careful in my devotee dealings? And holy name um, is nectarian in all phases. Like whether it is hearing the name itself is transcendental sound vibration. Like one time I mentioned how Rupa Goswami says, when I chant the syllabus Krishna, I don't know how much nectar it has produced. When I chant Krishna, he is simply chanting Krishna, and he is desiring unlimited mouths and 2 million ears. And he says, when the word Krishna reaches the region of my heart, it subdues my mind, and the senses becomes inert. I cannot explain how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. So everything about Krishna is transcendental. Whether it is Krishna name, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's form, everything about Krishna is very much transcendental. So one must not artificially think oneself as very advanced. One Because advanced devotee actually thinks that I am very fallen. That's how advanced devotee thinks. So one should not artificially think oneself as very advanced. One should remain in a humble state of mind. Humble state of mind means I am not qualified, with gratitude for what I have received. With that gratitude, with a humble state of mind, one should try to clearly chant the holy name of the Lord. One should not rush the mantra just for the sake of finishing. One should hear every syllable of the holy name. Hear it peacefully, softly, and go on chanting. And best is early morning hours. Get up, sit, good posture, good pace. Good pace means continuous, and try to absorb, and try to focus, and try to serve, and try to hear mantra. Try to hear, try to hear, try to hear, try to hear. And the name itself carries a lot of divinity. And then spontaneously, a form may appear, or a quality of Krishna may appear, or a pastime of the Lord may appear. But let it appear spontaneously. And our goal is try to hear, try to hear, try to hear. Let everything that comes around, take it as Krishna's mercy, accept it, but try to hear, try to hear, try to hear. This is our simple process. Somehow or other, one should be attached, one should see everything that is happening in one's life as Krishna's mercy, as Krishna's arrangement. One should not be attached to how I want to serve Krishna, but one should be in a flow how Krishna wants me to serve. Because when we are too attached to how I want to serve Krishna, then we may not take the opportunities how Krishna wants me to serve him. That's why a devotee prays that my Lord, engage me in your service as you like. Uh, how may I serve you? Go with the flow, serve the Lord, be careful. Be careful. And Krishna is all merciful. Although the king had been refused an interview, he was indirectly bestowed causeless mercy. Who can understand the internal potential of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? External and internal don't match. Externally, one can be in any position. Internally, one can be in any position. And what really matters is the internal deepness of our Krishna consciousness. Externally, Maharaj Pratap Rudra was kind of very much rejected by Lord Chaitanya, but internally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Maharaj Pratap Rudra as his most confidential servant. And he is revealing all divinity to the king because the king consciousness was so attractive that Mahaprabhu revealed everything. But externally, he was very strict with the king. So who can understand the activities of Lord Chaitanya? That's why Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami always says, who can understand? Lord Chaitanya is revealing to whom, how, when. Nobody understands. Nobody understands. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, mercy comes in a very, very inconceivable way, and it can come to anyone. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is not directed by rules and regulations. It's spontaneous. When the Lord is pleased, He bestows His mercy. Doesn't matter how many years we are chanting. I have personally seen a life of one devotee. He is chanting for a very short time actually, and he was sharing, and I personally witnessed that when he chants, he feels such gratitude and emotions for the Lord. And I mean, I cannot say because yeah, I just cannot say. But I was very much surprised that how Lord's mercy is coming, and we don't know who is what in their previous lives. We don't know who is continuing since when. It's just amazing to me when I see who is receiving Lord Krishna's mercy at any point of time, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. And actually, it humbles me because I mean, I'm practicing for some number of years, and I'm not able to experience anything that so many devotees are experiencing. So it makes me humble, and it makes me feel, well, be patient. Um, it doesn't matter what I feel, it doesn't matter. I will just continue my service, and Lord Krishna may do and treat me in whichever way He likes. I'm just going to continue hearing His name, um, um, and what surprises me, wow, um, this devotee, he's chanting for 1 year, but he is so much more advanced than me. Um, and then he is acting in a way that I know is a higher principle of Krishna consciousness, and he's act on that platform. He has the Lord's mercy, and to whom Lord mercy comes when it is inconceivable. Because what is our 5, 10, 15 years of practice compared to who is continuing from how many lifetimes? We don't know. So Maharaj Pratap Rudra, externally he was rejected, and internally he had very deep revelation. Or in another cases, one can externally be a very, very simple devotee, not known to anyone, doing menial services at home, and may have very deep Krishna conscious experiences. Very simple, just taking care of, either in family life, taking care of children, cooking, and can have very, very deep experiences. So external, internal usually doesn't match. And someone may be very famous, doing great services, everyone respects him, but he may not have many experiences in his or her Krishna consciousness. So who knows? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's now service is different from the mercy we have, because services Krishna will engage us according to our nature. Some people, different people have different natures, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also services are also based on our desires. When we want to serve the Lord in a particular way, um, Krishna will make arrangement to satisfy our desire, because everything that our life centers around is our desires. So who we are today is dependent upon what we wanted to be today, and that's who we are. Um, we may be doing various services, and that's just what we wanted. But what's internal, maybe, it is, we don't know. We don't know. That is very much confidential between the Lord and the devotee. And if you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, mercy of Lord Krishna, you will think that every devotee is better than me, if you have the mercy. And if you lack the mercy of the Lord, then we will think that I am better than every devotee. I am the best devotee. I am this and I am that. That means pray to the, we just have to pray. So it is also mentioned that this verse of humbleness, tolerance, can be applied only by the mercy of the Lord. As one progresses, these qualities will become natural. Like Ramapad Maharaj says, it comes naturally with pure devotion. Okay, pure devotion. I feel ashamed when I use the word pure devotion, because Paramatma tells me from within my heart, look at yourself. And it's very shameful for me to say that word also, pure devotion. But yes, as we grow, these qualities will, by Guru and Krishna's mercy, may manifest in us. So the very word king is repugnant to one who is in renounced order of life. So one who is renounced order, he hate the word king. This is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to see the king, but indirectly by the Lord's causeless mercy, the king was able to understand the Lord's mysterious activities. He received the full mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one may be a great spiritual leader, and not have the same mercy, like a so-called sense gratifier king may have. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy cannot be applied through equations, whom it will fall by his own mercy. Sarvabhauma Kashi Mishra, Duhi Mahashaya, Raja Re Prasada Deki, Haila Vishmaya. When the two great personalities, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Kashi Mishra, saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy upon the king, they were astonished. Pratap Rudra said, this is what I can see. And they were astonished. Indeed, the personality of Godhead forgot himself in the course of his transcendental pastimes, but his internal potency, Leela Shakti, knowing the intention of the Lord, made all arrangements. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the way the Supreme Lord acts is also inconceivable, because Krishna just enjoys. And likewise, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just enjoys. and everything is carried out by his internal potency. And Krishna allows his internal potency to even take over him. Whatever Krishna wants or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants, he enjoys like that. And he is just so absorbed in his own enjoyment that he forgets everything else. In other words, when he saw, like in this particular pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw all the devotees, brilliant, effulgent, ecstatic, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like, "Yeah, I want to be with them and participate in Sankirtan." And he looked at everybody. One place he looked at Nityananda Prabhu, another place Advaita Acharya, third team Shivas Thakur, Vakreshwar Pandit, Achyutananda, and they all have infinite love for the Lord. And he looked at all of them and he wanted to be with all of them because he loves all of them. And then he is dancing with all of them, but he also doesn't know that he is dancing with all of them. He is thinking when he is with Lord Nityananda that I am with Lord Nityananda dancing. When he is with Shivas Thakur, he is thinking I am with Shivas Thakur dancing. When he is with Advaita Acharya, he is thinking I am with Advaita, and he is enjoying being with Advaita Acharya. He is enjoying being with Nityananda Prabhu. He is enjoying being with Shivas Thakur. And he is dancing in their enjoyment, and he is completely absorbed because that's what he desired. And the internal energy expands the Lord into 7 forms. So he's not thinking, see, I'm enjoying here, I'm enjoying there. He is just enjoying everything because Krishna has infinite desire to be the enjoyer. Infinite desire to be the enjoyer. So the internal energy of the Lord makes him enjoy like that. And same when Krishna saw all the gopis and their love for Krishna, he was with them and he was also thinking simultaneously that I am with her alone and I am with her alone. And same with cowherd boys. And that's how they could feel it. Krishna is also feeling that I am with this devotee, I am with this cowherd boy. I love him the most, I love her the most. In that way, Krishna is also have that feeling. They also have that feeling, but the um, internal energy takes over Krishna. The purpose of Yoga Maya, internal energy, so that Krishna could enjoy. The purpose of Srimati Radharani, who expands into all the forms, is so as to give pleasure to Krishna. And Krishna is very satisfied enjoying devotees' pure love. And likewise Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is what is this verse is. It's a complex verse, but tattva-wise, very deep philosophically also. Indeed, the personality of Godhead forgot himself. He forgot in the course of his transcendental pastimes, but his internal potency, knowing the intentions of the Lord, made all arrangement. He forgot what he is doing. He was just absorbed in his pastime, but internal energy, Leela Shakti, Yogamaya, knowing the desire of the Lord, made arrangements so he could enjoy. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, he forgot, and this is actually same even everything between Krishna, even pure devotees, is very personal. Between Krishna and neophyte devotees is also very personal. This is inconceivable. Qualities of Krishna that Krishna personally reciprocate. Krishna personally hears our prayers. Krishna personally reciprocates, and he thinks that I am trying to fulfill the desire of this particular devotee. And the devotee is very satisfied, and Krishna is very satisfied to serve his devotee, and devotee is very satisfied to serve with Krishna, and that's all he remembers. And then in this is inconceivable. That's why Krishna Tattva is very difficult to understand, but it is very personal. So these are the way his internal energy works. It's mentioned by Leela Shakti. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced, he forgot himself and was simply absorbed in ecstatic bliss. Prabhupada is telling he forgot also who he is. He is the Supreme Lord. He forgets everything and he's just enjoying it. But his internal potency arranged everything perfectly. Purve Raichaya Rasadi Lila Kaila Vrindavani Alaukika Lila Gaura Kaila Shane Shane. Just as Lord Shri Krishna formally performed the Ras Leela dance and other pastimes at Vrindavan, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed uncommon pastimes moment after moment. And he's enjoying, and the devotees who have Lord's mercy can see how he is enjoying. But he is simply enjoying. Although for reasons of external formality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to see King Pratap Rudra because he was a king. King Pratap Rudra became one of the Lord's most confidential devotees by the Lord's special mercy upon him. Externally, he was refused, rejected, but internally, he was the most confidential servant of the Lord. आगे सुना जगन्नाथेरा गुंडीचा गमना तारा आगे प्रभु यही छे करीला नरतना. Now please hear about Lord Jagannath going to the Gundicha temple while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced before the Rath car. So now there is a very beautiful description of the Rath is moving and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic dancing. And what kind of dance he performed. It's quite pleasing to hear. And we will only discuss up till this point today. If there is some discussion we can take, remaining we continue next week. Any discussions? Okay, I guess then we are good to end. My obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees, all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Shila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Hariom
Prabhu.
Mataji. Happy
Thank you,
to have you
Prabhuji.
there.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.